Good morning. Namaste. This is Dr. Uma Ketuvitil, Department of Food Biotechnology, Faculty of Agricultural and Veterinary Sciences, Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. As you're aware, I will be taking the course on Metabolism and Bioenergetics Lab. This session will involve the extraction of lipids and its estimation from a given sample of oilseed. So, in the previous sessions, we have covered the principle and operations of spectrophotometer, Nelson-Formoji method for estimation of reducing sugars, estimation of glycogen from rat liver, and also how to determine the qualitatively the amount of starch that is produced during photosynthesis in a leaf. So now in this session, we will be doing the extraction and estimation of a lipid content in an oil seed. So this will be a weight estimation rather than a biochemical estimation. So in this, what we are going to do is we are going to extract the lipid into hexane. So as you know, hexane is an organic solvent, and it has got high solubility for lipids, whereas it doesn't dissolve other cellular components like cellulose or starch, and any of those are not soluble in hexane. But they have high solubility for oils and lipids. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to use an apparatus known as the Soxhlet apparatus in order to extract the lipids from the oil seeds. So oil seeds could be anything. Typically for a Soxhlet to work using an organic solvent, if we are trying to extract oil from an oil seed using a Soxhlet apparatus, the water content in it should be pretty low. So it should be dry oil seeds that we are using. Could be anything like most common will be mustard or sesame, but you could even use soybean or other oil, like other sources for oil. But most of the common oil seeds would be sesame or mustard in the Indian context. Now, if you are using dried sesame seeds or dried mustard seeds, then what we'll need to do is we'll need to extract the lipid content in there into a Soxhlet apparatus. Now, I would like to share with you an image of a Soxhlet apparatus. So this is a typical Soxhlet apparatus for a oil extraction. So it could be like, it has got three parts. One is the reservoir, where we will have the hexane in here. The second part will be the extractor, wherein we will have our sample. This image shows an algal reservoir, but instead you should have your oil seed reservoir. And the third part will be the condenser. So, and there will be a heat source as well in order to evaporate the hexane from the reservoir so that it goes up. And there will also be cooling water over here. So over here there will be an input, and over here there will be an output for the cooling water. So what happens is you have your hexane which is coming up, and then it will go through as a vapor over here, and also through here it will come up as the through here it will come up as the vapor. But now what happens over here? This condenser part is fully cooled using cold water. So, and your hexane boils at around 69 degrees Celsius, 70 degrees Celsius. Now you are heating it up to the 70 degrees Celsius and it's heating. But when your hexane vapors are reaching here and it tries to go up through here, it will not be able to go through, because there is a cooling process happening over here. And since we are using cold water, so it will get rapidly cooled, and it will condense to this section drop by drop. Now there is a siphon over here. So what happens is when the extraction reaches this height, this is the height till which you will be keeping your oil seed sample. So when it reaches till here, it will reach this limit, and then suddenly the entire hexane, whatever has been collected so far up till slightly above our sample, will come down and it will get collected again in the reservoir. And this process, like since the lipids are not evaporating at the 69 degrees Celsius, only hexane will get evaporated, and again it will reach here, extract some amount of lipids from the oil seed, and then it will again be deposited back or siphoned back into the reservoir once the hexane level reaches the level of the siphon. Now, why is this important? Like, and how do we determine how long to keep for it? So, Soxalate is something that you can actually use for like very prolonged periods for extraction. Like if you are using it for like a very large amount of time, like say 3 days or 4 days, or it could be used for days together depending on your requirement and the quantity of the solute that you needs to be extracted from your source. So if what will be evident is when something is dissolving into our hexane, hexane is a colorless liquid, and when it is dissolving into hexane, it will gain some amount of color because of its because of the solute content present. And so what determines what uh, de decides the amount of time that for which the extraction needs to be done is either if you want a complete extraction, then you will be continuing with the extraction until the hexane turns colorless in your extractor apparatus. Like as I had shown you, there are three portions. There is the solvent reservoir, there is a condenser, and there is the extractor. So in the extractor, you have your sample kept, which will be your oil seed, and into which the hexane will be condensing and falling drop by drop. Now, this one will give the hexane in the extractor component will be colored because it is extracting the oil or the lipids from the oil seed that you are using, either sesame or mustard, whichever, it will be having a brownish color because of its extraction happening. But once the extraction is near about complete, what will happen is the hexane, because only pure hexane is getting evaporated and going into the condenser section. So once the extraction is complete, the hexane in this chamber will start getting colorless. And that is when you can stop the process if you intend to get a complete extraction. But in case you are using the oxalate for something else and you cannot keep it for like so prolonged periods, then you could also make a compromise on like you don't need a complete yield, but you can do the extraction for 24 hours, but not more than that. Otherwise, the activity of your compound would be compromised. Then you will need to keep samples in such a way that either you have to limit the samples so that complete extraction can occur within this time period, or you can accept it in such a way that you need this much extract that will happen in this much time, but some amount of the solute in your source would still remain, and that can be an acceptable waste. So it is a process optimization that needs to be done before you are doing your experiment. But in this case, for oil seeds, you will be extracting it until it goes colorless. So what will be the procedure for the principle as I've told? So this is a our solvent that is used, hexane, or it could either be hexane or low boiling petroleum ether, or also diethyl ether. All these have high solubility, or lipids are highly soluble in these three solvents, but here we will be using hexane. And then the moisture content of the sample should not be exceeding 10%. So we should be using very dry oil seeds for this purpose. So the sesame or the mustard seeds should be thoroughly dried, and then it could be crushed or powdered before we are keeping it. So the sample would be wrapped in a cloth, muslin cloth mostly, and then it will be kept for extraction, so that the powder or other impurities from the sample does not get extracted into our solvent. Once that is done, we can use this oxalate extraction. So this hexane will boil at around 69 degrees Celsius, and lipid, which is actually soluble in non-polar solvent, but the other components are not typically soluble in non-polar content, non-polar solvents. So we'll be using this, and yeah, like mustard, or we could even use canola or soya bean or nutmeg seeds. These are all plants from which we can, seeds from which we can extract oil. So the process is, you take your seed of the required seed and put it in a coffee grinder in order to grind it to a fine powder. And once that is done, then you will cover it in muslin cloth, and then you will keep it aside. Now, the extraction flask, you have to weigh the extraction flask, the reservoir content actually, and reservoir content and the extraction apparatus, you will be weighing it. And then with that, you will be adding a few glass beads in order to aid the heating. So they are known as the boiling chips. And once that is there, you will be adding about 150 to 200 ml. The amount of hexane that you are going to use will depend on the capacity of the flask that you are using. If you are using a smaller flask, maybe you will use 100 ml. If you are using a bigger flask, you will be using about 200 ml. It will depend on the capacity of the flask you are using, and accordingly the extraction will either be faster or it will be slower. And once that is done, then the heating and the condensation, the flow rate of the water will be kept in such a way that it will be about 2 to 6 drops per second. And then we will extract it for about 8 hours or 10 hours. It could go higher, but 8 hours to 10 hours would be sufficient for the quantity of seeds that we are taking. And then once the extraction is complete, as I had told you, there is this extraction process using that setup. Once the setup is complete and the extraction is complete, now all of your lipids are there in the hexane in the reservoir. So in this reservoir, all of your lipid content will be collected in this reservoir, which you have pre-weighed with hexane alone. Now, pre-weighed, and then this one will be, we will evaporate the hexane out of this using a rotary evaporator, so that none of the solvent remains. Then what will remain? You have the extractor, the reagent reservoir, and you will have the lipid dried in that. And once you have the lipid dried in that, now you know that how much amount of lipid is there. Like you have you weigh this reservoir from which the entire lipids have been the entire hexane has been dried off using a rotary evaporator, then you have only the extractor plus the lipid. So now what happens? That will be your calculation part. So if you need the weight of lipid that has accumulated from say 60 grams of the oil seed that you have used, then what you will be doing is you will be taking the lipid content in percentage. So you will get the mass of the lipid by, you have the weight of the flask plus boiling chips plus extracted oil. That will be your final weight. After the extraction process and the drying process, what weight you are getting for the extractor part, the reservoir part, and then minus the earlier weight. That will be when you have only the flask and the boiling chips alone. So that you subtract it, then you will get the mass of the lipid, and then you will determine the lipid content percentage by dividing the mass of the lipid extracted in gram by the sample weight, that should be 60 grams into 100. So mass by mass and then into 100 will give you the weight percentage. Weight by weight into 100 will give you the weight percentage of lipid in the oil seed. So here you can do more than one oil seed actually. So you could use sesame seeds, mustard seeds, nutmeg seeds, and also something like canola also can be used. And so you'd be able to determine which oil seed gives a higher yield of lipid in a weight by weight ratio, weight by weight percentage. And that would be the expected result. So since oil seeds are an important commercial product, like vegetable oils are made out of them. So knowing the lipid content of each of these seeds and the extraction process has got industrial importance, and that is the outcome of this or what is expected out of you is from this experiment. So that'll be all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.